Okay, sorry, there's some details running on my background which would not be necessary to be displayed. So
hello, good morning.
yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning.
You see the email I'm sharing with them now. So they've not set him up on Members Connect. Yes,
Sorry,
once
I
they
didn't
set
get
him
you.
up on Members Connect.
Speak, please, Aaron. Are you talking to us? I don't know if it's
Oh, sorry. No,
that.
it's actually office hour. I was attending to office things.
Oh, okay, sir. It's fine. Okay. So please kindly send a DM via WhatsApp after the office you get. So if you're partaking in this and you're from Lagos, to send um Mr. Bayomi, or I think the group chat will most likely be opened. I think so. Then you can do all of that. Yeah, okay. So I was trying to do something, sorry. Please just bear with me a bit. Okay. Okay. Let's extract this one. Which one here? Okay. Okay. Sorry for that time spent. So let's just do a brief practical with what we learned. Uh, Practice exercises.
Sorry, go up a little. Let me see how you load this data.
Okay. No, I've not loaded it. Don't worry. I'm starting everything afresh. Yeah. Yeah, this office hours. So don't worry. I've not done anything. Like I just started the class now. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So the first thing I would do is I would make sure that I have access to my data, either that the data set is inside my PC locally, or there is a repository somewhere that just making calls to, and then I'm getting access to the data, or there's a database somewhere I'm just calling. You get, so I have my Google Lab has access to a database somewhere. There must be a place where the data you are using is stored. Either you downloaded it locally into your PC, or you are connecting to somewhere. You get, there are some data sets you would work with when you advance that you do not need to download them to your PC. You get, if you do that, you just be giving yourself unnecessary space issues. So you may just need to possibly just mount it in your Google Drive. You mount the data set. Imagine working with a data set of about 32 gigabytes. You get, every time you need to start loading that into your PC, it's going to cost more, and it is not very scalable. So it is better to have a place where it's just there. You just make calls. There are just an automatic lines of code that you have written down to just call it down. But for the sake of this class and even beginner level, there's no need to do all of those ones. So all the data sets that we're going to use, we are going to download them into our PC and then use and just access them from there and use them. Get, so when you're working with Google Colab, you'd just click on this file symbol here, and then here it means you want to upload a file. So you want to upload a file. We will work more with comma separated files, that's CSVs. Those are what we are really going to work with here. So let me look for where I think you cannot see what I'm doing, or is it? Are you seeing every other thing that is? Are you seeing what I'm loading? Okay, I think you can see that. Sorry about that. Please. I'm just trying to load the data. It's not a big deal, just to access it. Okay, so I'll load the two data sets. I'll load the both of them. So observe, we downloaded housing price data sets, and we also downloaded sales data sets. So I'm loading the both of them. We may not necessarily have to work with the both of them, but let's just have the both of them on our system. So the housing price data set has loaded already. Okay, the both of them now are here. You could refresh if there's a need. Yeah.
Okay. Is the housing data set the same thing with what you say?
With what?
So the housing data set, is it the same thing with the one you said?
Oh, yes. No. This is a different data set. Okay, let me switch on my WhatsApp here on PC. So I'll share this on the group chat. So you could also make use of it.
I've downloaded the sales, but I don't know if.
Okay, you've downloaded the both of them, right?
No, I just downloaded for sales.
Okay, you downloaded for sales. Okay. It's fine. I will share the link so that you can get that. Now, the first thing you do is to let us assume that this is a fresh workspace, like this is a fresh notebook. One of the first things you have to do, remember I said you are working with packages because you
We can't hear you.
Hello. I think it's his network. Let's just hold on a bit. Can you chat him on WhatsApp, please? My hands are a bit occupied now.
again.
We are hearing you again before now.
Hello, okay. How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Sorry, that
yes.
Yeah, that was definitely an issue
Yes,
from
we
my
can
network.
hear you.
Thank you. It was definitely an issue from my network. Okay. So it's even disconnected the wrong time. Yeah. So now I know it's network that causes those issues we were having the last class. So I said, first thing you do, let's assume this is a fresh notebook, a fresh workspace. So the first thing you are thinking of doing is to download Pandas and then install it before you start doing what you want to do. So let us assume that we've not had Pandas before. Pip install Pandas. That's the first thing we do. So that's to download it and then we start working with it. I told us that the best way to work with Pandas is to import Pandas as speedy. Yeah. So let's have that there. So we have imported Pandas as speedy. I hope I am audible.
Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear
just help us to send the link for those data so we can quickly download them.
Okay. Okay, let me share the link. I will share the link on this thing here. This is the housing price data set. This one is sales data. Okay, so we are good to go. Yeah. So the first, let us start with housing data set. So let's work with housing price data set. So I'm going to name it as I'm going to give it a variable name. Let me just call it housing data. Housing data. How do I load it again? Remember, okay, first of all, look at the extension. What's extension can you see here? It's a CSV file, right? This is a CSV file, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Exactly. Thank you. So I'm going to load it first. The first thing I will do is I'm importing the data set from I'm using Pandas as the framework to access the data set. So I first of all have my PD to represent Pandas dot. What type of data set is that? Okay, sorry. I think it's best
Yeah?
to do
Morning.
this. Sorry. Sorry, it's best to do this first. Let's get the 5 parts. What I was doing before was actually correct. Let's get the 5 part. That is where the data is stored. So the 5 parts for housing data, this is it. Copy 5 parts here. So I copy the parts here, and then I paste it here. Please,
Mr. Harun, please, can you mute your mic?
please, Mr. Harun, please mute your mic, please. Okay, 5 parts. So 5 parts housing, so that we will not be confused. Or let's just call it 5 part 1. 5 part 1. Okay. Let's still do it in that same cell. So we have our housing data. So to call it, I'll do PD to represent pandas dot read CSV. Read CSV because it is a CSV file. And then I'll pass my 5 parts 1. So what I've just done is this. What I've just done is I have accessed, I look for where the file is stored. I look for where the file is stored, and then I copied it, assigned it to a particular name, 5 parts, and then from there, I'm copying that into my housing data set variable. I hope that is clear. The next thing I told us to always do is check the first thing you do is check the first 5 rows.
Check the head and check the tail.
Yeah, the first 5 rows is gotten by using the dot head method. This is disturbing, please. Please kindly mute
See,
yourself.
if you disturb me, I'm going to beat you. I'm busy. Okay?
Okay. Please just mute yourself so that it should not distract us. Thank
Sorry,
you.
please. Sorry.
Fine, it's fine. Thank you. Okay, so our housing data. We want to check the first 5 rows. Remember, it is the dot head function that we make use of. So I don't want to use the print statement because I don't like the way it will show using print. Okay, so look at it now. Wow, this is very good. Very, very good. So we can see we have the price column, you have the area column, that is the price of the house, the area of the house, the bedroom, how many bedrooms you have in the house. It is, see, data set just literally takes in the record of let's say how many given housing. This data set takes in, we did not read through the problem statement. We just want to do some stuff with it. Okay, let us try going through the problem statement to see if possibly there are some stuff we can see from it. Okay, let's see this. A simple yet challenging problem to predict the housing. We are not predicting anything yet. To predict the housing price based on certain factors like house area, bedrooms, furnished, nearness to main road, etc. The problem statement here is, okay, recently I got someone reached out to me regarding a project that she wanted to do. She works as a data analyst for a company here in Lagos that actually does that supplies electricity just like NEPA. And then she works as a data analyst, but the company started for over 3 to 4 years now, and they needed a system through which the prices that each community that they were supplying light to will pay will not be something manual that they will have to calculate. So with all the data that they had gathered in the past 3 to 4 years, they were thinking about building a model. You get a model that can help them predict the actual price that they should have, because they felt like they were possibly running on loss with the manual stuff that they were doing. So they wanted each house to have a specific pricing system that they can use to tell them, you get, as time goes on, they know that, okay, this is what these people are supposed to be paying, this is what these guys are supposed to be paying, this is what these guys are supposed to be paying. That's what data science does. You get. So the lady was a data analyst, or she's a data analyst, but she's not used to the whole prediction and building of models. So that was what made her reach out to me. Then we started the whole process, created the whole pipeline, and now it's functional for them. That's what your work is. And before you actually create that kind of stuff, before you create those kind of systems that can make such accurate predictions, there are certain factors that you have to consider. The aim for this problem statement now is housing price. How much, as a realtor or as someone that, as a landlord, how much do I, or let's say a builder, it develops a particular house and he wants to know the actual price that it is supposed to cost based on certain factors. You get. So one of the stuff that you consider is you try to consider the prices of houses in several locations. So this is a price in a particular location. This is the area of the land. The area of the land. These are how many bedrooms that you have in there, how many bathrooms, how many stories you get. For this data scientist or data analyst, these were the factors he considered. Main road, if it is close to the main road or not, that's the name of this main road. Though it will be a categorical variable. That is, the data set will just have majorly strings in it. It gets a binary based stuff, either yes or no. So guest room, whether it has a guest room or not, these are the factors that you put in place. Whether it has a basement or not, whether it has hot water heating or not, you get. Whether it has, there are several factors here. In fact, let us see how many factors they considered. So factors, when I make use of the term factors here, it can be likened to column names, like column. So when I hear factors, when you say factors, and you want to build your own model whereby you don't have the data set and you want to create the data set yourself, these are some of the things that you consider. The factors will now become the column names that you decide on. So our housing data, our housing data, we want to get the column names. Who can remind me how to get column names? What is the method to call to get the column names? What is the method that we call here to get the column names? If you remember last class, or you tried to do the assignment, what is the method that you call in order to access the column names?
df, you do df dot, then you write the particular column that you want in a square bracket.
Okay, that is cool, and that is not wrong, but to this specific question, it's not correct. Like, I want to get all the column names, not a specific column. I don't want to access a specific column.
Okay, then df dot columns.
Thank you. So df was the name of the other data sets that we used. Here we are using housing data. You get. So
okay.
Dot columns. So it will be housing data. Thank you. So DM, that's housing data dot column. So let's see. Wow. So let us see how many there are. Okay, see. So you have these. You have price, area, bedrooms, bathrooms, stories, main roads, guest room, basement, hot weather heating, air conditioning, parking, pref area, and furnishing status. Yeah, so these are the factors that we considered in order to think about any model that should be built to predict price. You get. So these were the factors. Those factors that are to be considered were the stuff that were converted into column names. You get. So we are going to go through all of these column names and see something about it. And see something about them. Okay, let us start with, let us try to see how many records we have. Let's see how many records we have in this data set. So let's check number of records in the data set. Yeah. So the first thing again, you call the data set name, housing data dot, let us see, dot shape. I think it's an attribute. Yes, I think so. Okay, see it's here. Remember what I said? The first one represents what? The second one represents what? In column and rows and column. Which one is row? Which one is column? How many rows do we have? How many columns do we have from this output?
We have 545 rows, 13 columns.
Thank you very much. So we have 545 rows and 13 columns. So this is rows first, 13 listings. So they took in 545 records. Yeah, they took in 545 records of houses in, I don't know if it is a particular area. Okay, location is not even one of the stuff that was considered here. So it is, so I want to believe that it is most likely within a given location, that is all the houses that, all the 545 houses that are captured here. I want to believe that they are all in the same area, because when you are building such a model as this, one of the considerations why I'm saying some of all these things is, as a data scientist, you have problem analysis in your mind. So you are thinking of the best way to solve the problem. So for the problem that I can see that there's nothing like location here, in my mind, I feel like that this stuff from a given location, just one location, let's say K2 in Lagos, just K2. So he went to 545 houses in K2. So there's no need of trying to build another column and name it location. If he was getting prices in different areas, yes, then he would have maybe considered adding all of those places too, because it would also affect. You get, I have stayed in at least different locations in Nigeria, and I know that prices of houses differs even when they have the same structure and everything. You see a house here in Lagos costing certain amount, the same type of house with the same specifications in Enugu having very different pricing system. You get, so, but here I think the person just created all of these things in a given location, so many of those factors are not considered. Okay, so we know that we have 545 rows. Let us now pick let's just pick one particular okay, let's just pick price. Let's pick price and see what we can do with price. Let's see what we can do with price. I'm not going to go very, very detailed, but let's see what we can do with price. So price. Price column. Okay, so this is where we apply what the other lady said. Housing data, we want to select price. So you do this, write it exactly the way the name is here. It is in small letter, and this most times it's even best at times to just copy it directly and paste it the way it is appearing there. You get, so price. Let's first of all check the head. Let's see how many things in the price that's head. Just see what it looks like. Okay. Okay, now we have seen what it looks like. Okay. Let us just perform describe here just on price. Describe on price. It will give us a whole lot of things about the price data set. Oh wow. Okay, you have, sorry, it's representing it in this one. This is 5.45 times 10 raised to power 2. All these things is times 10 raised to power 6 times 10 raised to power 6. This one is times 10 raised to power 7. So here you can see that the mean price is 4.76729 times 10 raised to power 6. We'll do all of those things ourselves to here, but you can just see the mean price. Seeing this thing this way can be very annoying. I think it's even best we try to visualize it we try to do that our own way. So let's do housing price. I mean, housing data, sorry. And for price, we want to calculate the mean. I hope there's a function like this. Calculate the mean of this thing. Let's see. Okay. Let me put in the print statement so that I can remove those NP dots. So you can see that the average price of houses in this place is about, in this location is about 4.76 million. I don't know whether it's in naira or in dollars or in pounds or in Ghana cedis. I don't know, but this is 4.76 million in whatever unit. So that is the average price. So if you want to know the average price of house in that location, you know that this is what you are going to have. This is your average price. Mean talks about average. Then you have maybe a particular confidence interval that you want to just add up. You just have a particular value you just need to add to either increase or decrease it. You know that the boundary of the price that you want to give would revolve around this result. You get, so once you get the mean price, like the average price. So that was how we got the average price of houses there. Yeah. So we can print this. Like I said, I also show us how to write the statement properly. Let's write it minimum mean price, that's mean price equals to this. So we can just print this and say print F statement. Then we do this. The average price of houses in the data set is, then we will just call this guy. We will call this guy here. Remember how I said we'll call it? Who can remind me? What am I supposed to do if I want to call that mean price in this F string pattern? How do I call it here? How do I call the mean price here? How do I call the mean price? Do I just write mean price like that?
Mean,
If
I
didn't get you, please still speak.
You put it in a bracket, I guess.
Okay, I'll put it in a bracket, right? That's very good.
Yeah.
So that means I'm going to do this, right? Are we correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So in a curly bracket, I guess. In a curly
Wait,
bracket.
don't worry. Let us do it first and see if that what we want to get. Okay, so was this what we wanted to get? This was not what we wanted to get, right? We wanted to get the result, right? So trust me, you tried. At least you knew that it was supposed to be a bracket format, but it's like the other guy said, it's supposed to be the curly braces that we put it in. You get. So now this is what we'll have. Let us print it out. So it will give us that value itself. So it gave us that value. Okay, let us just round it up to 2 decimal place. So let's round it up to decimal place. That's it. So the average price of houses in the data set is 4.76 million. Let's just leave it this way. You get, so that's it. If you want to get the minimum price, the same thing, just convert this method here to mean, and you have minimum. If you want to get the maximum, the same thing. You do that and you have the maximum price. You have the maximum price. Let's do something here. In data sets, there are basically 2 data types that you work with. You would either work with numbers, or you work with letters. What I mean is, you either work with float and integers, or you work with strings. So there will be data sets that contains only strings. There will be data set that contains only numbers. You get. So I want to select just the one that has numbers. Then we'll do something with it. So I think there's a method that's coming to my head. Let's try it out. So we want to select select number columns, number-based columns, number-based columns. So let's see. The first thing you always use is write the name of the data set, housing data. Dot this function is select the types. I mean, yeah, the type. Is it the type or the types? Okay, it is the types. Thank God it brought it out for us, the types. And then so select the types, and let's see what we can pass it here. I want to select the one that is numbers. It's in numbers or number. Let's see if it gives us an error statement. Okay, that is wrong. So let's see number. That is also wrong. Okay, let's see float.
You wrote the ties instead of the types.
Oh, thank you. You see, that's another thing about this coding. It's just one letter that is causing those things. So let's see if what I did before will work. Oh, it still didn't work. Okay, let's make it number. So sharp. Work. Meanwhile, don't be scared. If you are making some of these errors, you can just search it out on Google search. Nobody is penalizing you for doing that. In fact, like I said, you are not supposed to have all of these things as you journey in the quest to understand this thing well. The tendency that you know some of all these codes well in your head is high. You get, but it's not a must that you start cramming all of these things. You can just go and write select the type method in Pandas, and you see how it is being used, and you apply it. Look at what I mean. You know this stuff, but you are forgetting that you just say select the type. Okay, look at it's even already giving me some possibilities here. You get in Pandas, and you will see how you can apply it. That one would even give it to you. You get, look at there are many these things here to just use. Once you see it, you can just go and apply it in your lines of code. It helps you to just know what you're doing. Even the big developers do it, so don't be scared. Let's see. Okay, see how this person used it here. He said df.select the types. Then he used include equals to float 64. So what he did was he was selecting only the float 64 based data set. Only the float 64. It means he will not consider integers if there are integers there. He's not going to consider numerical, alphabetical columns too, if at all they are present there also. You get, the only things that will be considered will be the float 64 based data sets. So let's look at this. So if we want to work with this data set now, look at what we have. So rather than having to be taking all the numerical data sets one by one, we can just come. Watch me. I want to show you something. Let me name this numerical data. Num data. See, I've made this a variable. So I've created another data set. If I do num data dot head, you will see that I've created another data set. Another data frame rather. Sorry. So look at it. I've created another data frame different from the initial housing data frame that we had. This is another data frame already present here. You get, and this time around I've only selected only the data set that has numbers in them. You get, the same thing if I want to do for the ones that has letters or strings. I think they are called objects. Objects. Let us try it out. Let's copy this and just see what it is going to give us. Watch me. Okay, let's convert this to object. Object is the one you call alphabet. Let's see what it's going to give to us. Okay, you can see it here. Let me do dots head. So it gives me the first 5. You see it here. Observe this one now. This one just prints out all the columns that you get that do not have numbers in them. Those are the only ones that are selected. You get. So you can be so skilled here that you don't need to do all of this. You can just do columns. The same way you call the column names at the top before for all the data sets. You see here, we wanted to call all the column names because that's data frame. We did dot columns and it gave us everything, all the column names. Here too, we can come down here and do the same thing. If you do dot columns, what it will give you, the output will be the column names. You see, all the names of all the columns that are in this format, all the columns that are just objects, that are just letters that you have contained in them. Get. So let me remove this. Let's just assume we are working with, let's call this one categorical data. Categorical data equals to this. So we don't need this. Let me clean this up. Okay. So this is just how to select columns based on data types. You remember how it was used there? Here, they wanted to select just floating points. So you use floats. You just did include 64. You get. Okay, see now this one said select all columns except floats base. So look at what they did here. So they did exclude. So that's another way of selecting other data types apart from float 64. You get, like I said, when you are reading, you'll just be online. Okay, those are even the only usefulness here in this data set. You get in this blog post. Yeah. So that's about it. Let's do a few stuff with this. So let's select. I wanted to write a for loop because we have done for loops before, but I know I'll have too many questions and I want to avoid them. So let's just do something here. So we are going to pick a particular column in the numerical data set and a particular column in the categorical data set, and we are going to do some statistics, some visualize. We'll just draw some insights from the data set. We'll try to generate some insights from the data set. So the first thing I will have to do is let me use my numeric data. Let me check the column names. Let me use that. So now that I know the column names, I can think of the one I want to use. Let me say bedrooms. So let's start with bedroom. So we want to use bedrooms. I call it bedrooms. Forgive me. Bedrooms. So num data. Bedroom. Num data bedroom. The first thing that we want to do here is we already know that the number of records that we have is going to be 545 from when we did the dot shape method at the general data set here, 545. You get it? So there's no need doing that. So let's see the minimum. Let's start with the minimum bedroom. The minimum numbers of bedrooms that we have in this data set. Minimum number of bedrooms that we have. So what am I going to put here as my method? Dot mean, right? Let me see this. Dot mean. Exactly. Dot mean. So what that is, I should be able to get my minimum number of bedrooms. Oh, okay, can you see the error statement who can tell me why I'm having this error statement? Are you the one? Arun, please, can you mute yourself? Please mute yourself, Arun. Thank you. Thank you. So watch this. I need someone to tell me why we are having this error. Like I said, it's normal when you're programming to run into all of these things. Learning how to fix them is the most important thing. So why are we having this error? What do you think is the reason? I want you to think. What do you think is the reason? Okay, let me see. Please, if you want to respond, say your name first. Is anyone speaking? Let me go back. Why are we having this
My name is Jerry. Can you hear me?
Jerry, yeah, Jerry, yes, I can hear you.
I think it's bedrooms, not bedroom.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So you see that we just ran into that error because in specifying the name of the column, we did not use the exact way it was given here in addressing it. It was bedrooms, that was the name. But we call it bedroom. There is no record of any column name there as bedroom. There is not one. You get, so we had to, so we correct that and see if we have the error again. Yeah, I see it. We did not have that again. So we can see that the least number of bedrooms in the data set is 1. You get, you can also calculate the maximum number of bedrooms. Just convert this to dot max. So the max number of bedrooms equal to num data bedrooms dot max. So that gives us that. I'll call it. Okay. So let's say what the maximum number of bedrooms. Oh, 6. Yeah. So 6 is the maximum number of bedrooms that we have in the listing. We are going to make some plots to describe a few stuff here. So we have this. So we have 6. You get. So let us assume we want to see the ones that have the highest outcomes, like for houses that have 6 bedrooms. How many houses in that location have 6 bedrooms? How many houses have 5 bedrooms? How many has 4 bedrooms? How many have 3 bedrooms? How many have 1 bedroom? How many have 7? Obviously, there's no 7 here. I taught us a method in the last class that we can use to get that to just show us like a data frame, a small data frame. You get just a little data frame that just explains how many those that are 6 bedrooms, how many they are, those that are 5 bedrooms, how many they are, those that are 4 bedrooms, how many they are. Who can remind me that? What that method is? If I call that method, it will give me what I need. Who can remind me that? Anyone from the last class?
Is it series?
Series? Nope, it's not series. Series is one of the data structures that we use. This is a method that you call to the data frame, and after calling into the data frame, it will give you just like how many number of it will give you all the individual bedrooms that you have, like the ones that are 4, to tell you how many of the 545 are 4.
Is it dot count?
Dot what?
Count. Is it count?
Info.
Wait, let me hear the lady that spoke first.
Info.
Info. No. Info will give you the general information. The lady, what were you saying?
Is it dot count? I
Dot
can't
count.
remember.
Yeah, the dot value count.
Value count.
It's dot value counts. Thank you. It's dot value counts. Thank you. So that's it. You get. So we want to. So let us see that here. remember it's bedrooms that we are working with. So if we have, what is the name of the data frame? Data. Meanwhile, you can use the general data set that you had at the beginning. You do not alter anything. You can use your housing data. Your housing data, bedrooms. Then you just do those value counts. Those value counts. Do those value counts, and that's it. Let's run it. Those value counts. Boom, you have it here. One of the beautiful things about this is it even sorts the values. Now, the one that has the highest record here, so you can observe that in that location. See, this is how we draw out insights. In that location, there are out of the 545 houses, let us assume that there are only 545 houses in that location. Most of the houses there are 3 bedrooms, because you can see it's here 300 houses out of 545 are 3 bedrooms. The next are 136. You get, so 2 bedrooms, 136 houses have 2 bedrooms, 95 houses have 4. Just 10. You see that 10 are 5. There are just 10 houses that have 5, and just 2 houses that have 6. Just 2 houses also have 1 bedroom apartment. Just 2. You see it now. So both the highest number of bedroom size and the lowest number of bedroom size, they are just 2 persons. You get. We are not making any conclusion from this, but this has generated an insight for you. In fact, if you are someone that wants to build houses, at least you can use this to understand that there is a possibility that you have that it's like people easily want to patronize a house that is just 3 bedrooms or 2 bedrooms. You get. So, or let's say possibly because of the pricing, we do not know. Exploratory data and analysis does not give you the ability to draw conclusions. You get. So we are not drawing any conclusion from here, but this, you can just sit here. There are just 3. There are 300 people that have this. There are 136 people that have 6, 2. There are 95 houses rather that have 4 bedrooms. 10 houses have 5 bedrooms. 2 houses have 6 bedrooms. 2 houses have 1 bedroom. Get that now? Yeah. So that's just something to look at. And I told us in the last class that you can also put this thing in proportion, in percentage format. Look at it here. Watch me. And what is that thing I'm supposed to do to convert all of these results here to percentage format? There's something I need to do. Once I do that, everything gets converted into something in percentage. You don't need to add percent like we're trying to do. So what's that in?
Multiply by 100.
Before I multiply by 100, there's something I'm supposed to do, because if you observe, this is not yet in a proportion format.
We normalize it first. We normalize first, I guess.
Thank you. We would normalize. Thank you. The 2 people that just spoke, please, what are your names? The lady that spoke just now, and the young man. Okay, Okpeyemi, yes, and
Your name is Oluwafemi, actually.
okay, Adeyemi Oluwafemi. It's fine. Thank you. Just wanted to know those who are fully. Meanwhile, those who are not speaking, you don't have any problem. Don't be scared.
I'm speaking. I'm losing the mingle.
Don't worry. Don't be scared. Don't worry. I know students. It's not your university to get extra work. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you. So what's this now? So you can see this here. Yes, it has converted this thing from the way it was showing above. It was giving you the actual values. Here it is giving you the percentage. There are many situations where what you prefer to get is this percentage. If you look at this, these two are almost negligible. It's like almost nobody's is building 6-bedroom houses. Almost nobody's building a 1-bedroom house. Even this one self, the major ones to be considered are either a 4-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, or a 3-bedroom, and it's obvious that those with 3 bedrooms are the highest. So since I have this in decimal point, I have to convert them to
Proportion.
yes, proportion. I multiply by 100. Get it now. So I have this 55%. So I have this 24%. Get. So most of the builders are building 3-bedroom apartments. Most of the builders get. So you see this thing that we have just done here. We can plot it. We can plot this thing. Let me explain how to do it here. It's not hard.
Excuse
So
me. Excuse me.
Please.
Tachukuma.
Yes, go on, please, go on. Oh, thank God
Please,
you remembered
when you
my name
typed,
today.
yes, I always remember your name.
Okay.
So please, when you typed normalize, were you the one that added true?
Yes,
or it comes there automatically?
Yes, I was the one that added true. In fact, thank you for that. Watch, if I do false, it will look like if I do false, let me remove this guy. You will observe that it's the same thing with the one at the top. You get, there is a default argument. If you choose not to do normalize, by default, even if you do not include normalize here, by default, there is an invisible normalize which is equal to false. You get? So by default, so that's why you observe that this result here, and this result here, they are just the same thing. You get? So if you need to put that normalize, just tag it as true. Let's get back to what we have. Okay. Value counts in percent. Let me multiply it by 100 here. Okay, so we have this now. So let us plot the value. We will not do anything like matplotlib, but we'll use pandas to plot. It gives us that leverage. So the plot or visualize these values or the bedroom size values. Okay, so okay, we are going to do for the one that is not normalized and for the one that is normalized. It's very easy. Just do dot plot and then specify the kind of plot that you want. Let's say you want a bar chart. This is supposed to be a bar or histogram. Wait, let's see. Okay. Sorry, I've been working without a mouse all of this while. And that's why I'm. Let me try to reduce the screen if it's okay. So look at this. You can see. So this is a plot. You say picture speaks louder than 1,000 words. So you can just use this picture has explained everything there. Once you look at this picture, you know what's going on. See, bedrooms, 300 people, bedrooms, 300 people. And you have this size for this one, this size for this one, this size for this one, you get. So this is what you've been able to plot this, you get. So you look at how we plotted it. The same thing we did. We just did the value count and we did dot plot. Then we specify the kind of plots that we needed. You get, and that's it. That's it.
Excuse me,
If you want to try out other plots, yes, ask me, please. Ask me.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask, is it that the pandas module has a plot function too, or you probably have installed another?
No. Pandas,
okay,
Pandas has, yes, it has the plot function. Like I said, this thing has. In fact, I'm not sure that I've used up to 50% of its capabilities, because when the developers of these things think of, they are always looking for ways to enhance it. You get, because this word is filled with competition.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
get, so another package may come out that would rival it well if it has more functionalities than it does. So you just have different functionalities that you may never even use them. There are many functionalities in Pandas. All my years of working, I've never had a reason to interact with them at all. Let us look at the
Thank you.
Pandas plots function in Python. Let us even see how they use how they use it for other ones. Maybe want to get a bar chart or all of this stuff. You see. I don't want to use their documentation. Let's use a blog post where someone has used it already. Okay, so here they just defined how the stuff works. The data frame. Look at this in data frame, like housing dot plot. Then you specify the kind of plot that you want to use. Then specify the X and the Y. You get, but in a situation whereby you just have the don't worry, we are going to explore these things. So okay, this one they are trying to explain things that they're trying to create the data frame, what we did in our last class. Then this is just a line chart, a line plot. This is a bar chart. See it here. This one is bar H is horizontal bar chart. So there are two plots that were made here. Look at this thing here. They did not import any extra library like matplotlib, cbom, plotly express, dash, and all of this stuff. No, this is just they just used pandas df.plot. Select what should be on your x-axis, select what should be on your y-axis, you get, and then specify the kind. All these things are not even necessary. Then you can put a title to it. Get then.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's fine. I want to see how, if possible, they will do a pie chart. Let's see how that will be done. Okay, just specify pi. Yes, specify pi. So let's see that here. Let me see if there'll be another argument I'll need to. I've not had a reason to use this here before. Okay, see it here. Meanwhile, you see all these things, we can actually address them such that we will move these things inside, move this stuff inside. In fact, you will not have any of this thing happening this way, whereby you can see the 5, the 1, and the 6 are almost coagulating, like they are joined together. There are ways to write it, but we may not go in detail into them now. Let's just leave our bar chart, our horizontal bar chart, any of them. We have converted it to an horizontal bar chart now. So our bedrooms are here and this one is here. So that's it. Very, very simple. So you can use this visualization to just know what you want to get. So we are still working with that particular column in the numerical values. What's the name of column? Bedrooms again. Watch me. We can also choose we want to select and work with only the part of the data frame where the bedrooms are, where the number of bedrooms are 3. That's the only thing we want. Yeah, so we want to select the part of the data frame where the number of bedrooms are 3. The same thing, check it, just do housing data. Housing data. Bedrooms, please follow me. Bedrooms equals to 3. Wait, let's see what this is going to give us. Just, you're going to ask me questions, I know. Let's see what this is going to give us. Let's see what this will look like. Okay, sharp. What we have done is what we did in Python. When you see equal to, it is trying to look to, in the data frame, is trying to access a particular thing. Like in this data, in this bedrooms column, just check for the columns where out of everything, you get out of everything, let us see the first one, are there three, the bedrooms in the first one, are they three? If you see false here, it means no, they are not three. The second one too, false, it means they are not three. Come down here, you see here, look at this here, you have true, it means that that's that place. The second, like the third record, definitely it will be three. If you check what it is there, watch this. Let's do print Ctrl V, delete all these ones. Let's see what we have. Okay, dot head. See what you're going to have. What you observe, the first two. Let me put this one too in a print statement. That will give me an error. I think that's most likely give an error. Print. There's a way to wrap it though. Okay, watch this. Okay, sorry. Let me try this. Excuse me. I'm trying to show them side by side without having to use advanced codes. Okay, watch, see it now. You see the first thing here, it shows up false. It means that yourself, you can see it. We are trying to select the parts of the data frame that is only three, that bedroom size that we have there. Three is the bedroom size that we have there. So look at it. This one is 4. Here you can see false. This one too is 4. Here you can see false. This one is 3. You can see true. 4. You can see false. 4 again. You can see false. You get. That's not really what I want to. I just use that to explain what that thing did. What I really want to achieve is we want to select a data. We want to select a whole data. We want to isolate it. So watch. If we do this, what we have is we get the data set. I mean, we get all the records. But what we want is a whole data frame. We want to select a whole data frame where the housing price is this. We want to select a whole data frame where the housing price is equal to 3. Only, I mean, where the bedroom size, where the bedrooms, they are just 3. That's the only thing I want to select. Where the number of bedrooms are 3. Only number of bedrooms are 3. That's the only thing we want to select. So we do this. You've written this already. Watch this. Put it again inside a square bracket. Watch me. I'm trying to build the distance. So that's the housing data. Don't be confused. Follow me. Let's see. So observe what we just had now. We have selected all the parts of the data set. All the part of the data set where if you check the bedrooms that you have there, you cannot see any bedroom size that is more than 3 or less than 3. Every bedroom size will be 3. So it's like you want to in your forecast, in your prediction, you want to just find out certain things about those bedroom size. I mean, those houses that have just 3 bedrooms. If there are certain things you want to decipher about them, you want to just try to understand certain things about
Excuse
them.
me, sir.
Yes, please.
Excuse me, sir. Why do you have to write housing data twice? One is in square brackets.
Okay. Watch, please watch. So let me remove this. If I remove this part, if I remove this part, what you'll be having is you have something like a series. Yes, you have a series. You are just having a series, and the result of the series are Boolean values, false or true, true or false, true or false. That's just what you have. But you want to select the whole data set, but you want to pick only the part of the data set that has bedrooms 3. What you have called now, you specified. I'm going to write a general logic to this thing so that you can do it for any other column that you're thinking of, any other column. You get? So watch. If you want to house it into housing data. If you want to call the whole data frame, after writing this thing, go and call the data frame name again. If you want to call the whole data frame, like you want to call not just a column, not just that bedrooms column, but the whole data frame, because I want to call the whole data frame, after writing it, I will put that same thing inside another square bracket and start it with the data frame name. I don't know if I answered your question accurately, please.
I understand. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So let me just you can now choose to name this something and then work with it. Let us maybe name it give me one funny name. Okay. 3-bedroom. Okay, 3-bedroom apartment. 3-bedroom, thank you. Apartment. Sharp. We have just generated 3-bedroom apartments data. So if you do 3-bedroom apartment dot head. So we have just selected, see now we have selected only the 3-bedroom apartment. That's just what we have selected now, just the 3-bedroom apartment. So that's what selected. You can work, you can now choose to, okay, let's calculate the mean prices here. Initially, our normal mean price for all these houses in this environment was about, look at it, 4.7 something million. 4.7 something million. If we do that now for this 3-bedroom for the prices, let's see, you see that it will not be the same thing. So you see, this stuff can help you to calculate the mean price for each of them individually, rather than having the mean price of everything. So if you want to calculate the mean price or average price. So that's the average price for 3-bedroom apartments. Yes, just write call the name of the data frame that you have called it as now. Dot, what do you do? Dot mean, finish. You get the result now. You can, okay, let me round it so that, let me round it. Okay, let's call it first so you understand price bedroom. See what you have as a result. Away. What is this? Okay, sorry. Who can tell me why I had this kind of result? Like I said, it's not bad to have errors. Debugging them is where the thing is. So who can tell me why I had this error and what I can do to solve it? Let me increase the screen again. Please, anytime you unmute yourself, speak. And then,
okay, sir.
Yes.
I think there was a mistake when writing the code. I think 3-bedroom. There was a typo with the bedroom, I guess.
Okay, thank you. That is one. Yes, thank you very much. So that one too is going to be an error, and there's going to be an. Okay, wait. Let me verify for what I wrote at the top, Sha. 3-bedroom. Okay, well, that thing is still not a problem. You know why? Because that was the way I defined it here. Do you understand? Any name you choose to call it. So even if I mistakenly wrote bedroom, as long as that is what I have saved this thing as, if I call it here, it is going to be correct. It is if I call it as that same bedroom, you get. But let's apply the right thing at least. We're English students, so bedroom. But you see that even after correcting that, you are still going to have that same error. Bedroom. It's like we corrected it here. Watch, we are still going to have that same error that we had. We are going to have it again. Okay, this time around the error is a bit different. but we can still fix this thing. What, Seth? Look at this thing. Can you decipher why we're having this particular error? Look at the name there.
Three-bedroom apartment data is not defined.
Yes, what does that mean? So how do we address this? Okay, let me tell you.
Okay, you see the three-bedroom apartment you call. If you see, you said average price three-bedroom apartment. The three-bedroom apartment data that you call is not defined in the original statement.
Okay.
Because what was defined is housing data.
Okay. Well, that's a very nice try. But this is just the simple reason here. The reason why you're having this kind of error that three-bedroom apartment is not defined is simply because when I address that error here, I change that into O. I did not rerun this cell. So Python has not taken this into its database as into its memory as it is still that other bedroom. Yes, the BEDRROM is still what it has in its memory. So what you need to do is run this cell again.
Run this one again, then it will now append this new one to the memory.
Exactly. Yes, it will append this to its memory, but it still does not mean we're not going to have error. We are still going to have another that first error that we had. But the error statement now is going to change. Watch. It's going to change to that first error that we had before. Thank you. You get so we're having that error. Now look at this one now. We have fixed one thing. How do we solve this error? First of all, one way to debug is to look at the name of the error. You can look at your error statement. They said it's a type error. Let's look at the end. They say funny, semi-funny, all these saying some strange things. Okay, now let us go. Let me tell you what you are supposed to do. What we were supposed to do. And don't feel intimidated having all of these errors. Like I always say, it helps. In fact, it's what really helps you learn. It's called debugging. See, this data frame is three-bedroom apartment data frame. Do you understand? It is three-bedroom apartment data frame, but I want to calculate the mean price. I want to calculate the average price. Let me write that here. Average price, calculate average price of three-bedroom apartment. So to calculate the average price, observe something. There's something that I'm not calling. I'm calling the data frame, but I'm not calling something. Who can see that in here? There's something that I'm not calling. I want to calculate the average price. There's something.
Is it the column name or the price?
Thank you very much. That is what I'm missing. Thank you. That was correct. You get the price. I'm supposed to access that same the price column. You get this thing now. This three-bedroom apartment data represents this data set here. But I want to access just the price column. The price column is what I want to access now. And watch now, the error is going to die off at fire. Look at it. So let me put the print statement. Print. Let's see. Look at what we have. You can see that the average price for three-bedroom apartment. Okay, I don't know if it is greater than the initial than the average price of your data set, but let us see. Did we name the average price of the data set something? The average price of the data set. Okay, we call it mean price, Abby. Sharp. So let's see. Let's use an if statement. So if mean price is greater than average price of three distinct print else print is just first just print. Let's see the one that we have. Let's see the one that is greater. So from this thing, which one is greater than which one? Which is greater than which?
If mean price average is greater
Than
3-bedroom,
yes.
print if mean average. Oh
Print
wow,
what?
yes, print I beg. Okay.
So which one is greater?
Average is greater.
Yeah, that means
The average is
this
greater.
Average price is greater.
that means the average price of 3-bedroom apartment is greater than the average price of everything generally. Do you understand?
Yes.
This mean price, if you remember where we called it, let me write it mean price and call it here, since we have already defined it at the top before. Don't like this statement that comes this way. If you look at it, so at times trying to use your head or your eyes to be looking at these things can be very confusing. So if you just have your if statement, you don't have to use your if statement. It gives you, it said, so if the mean price, that is the normal average of the whole, when we have 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 1-bedroom, and 6-bedroom also, we had the mean price as this one. But you can see now that we extrapolated just 3 bedrooms and we're able to calculate the mean price for that one. See, think of anything you want to do. Once you have Pandas as a data frame, just think of get the data set and think of the manipulation that you want to achieve with it and do your best to achieve it. Just think of it. There are many things, the number of insights that we can generate from this data. Then at the end, you can just go down and just create. The funny truth is that even the dashboard can be created here on Python. You can create a dashboard the same way you create dashboards in Excel. It is very possible. It's just that data scientists don't really have time for that, so they don't do that. But you can actually create all of those dashboards here after running all of these things. And the funny truth is that you would have generated more insights using Python and using Excel. You generate a whole lot. The only thing is that as you are doing them parcels, you just create a space here with this text and just rewriting those insights that you are generating. As you're doing them, then at the end you can just you can bring them together and merge them and display it alongside the dashboard below. You get. So our time is fast spent. This office hours, and because it's office hours, you're not supposed to have. It's not supposed to be as long as usual class. I'm supposed to end this class by 10:30. But
Excuse me,
obviously,
sir.
I've not even covered what I wanted to. Yes, please speak.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Can you just take us through how to do the dashboard? Maybe just for a few minutes.
I've crossed my boundary. Okay, you know what? Maybe we can look into that in the next class. It is necessary, but it's actually necessary. It is very, very necessary. But let's do that in the next class. So the time you get. So please let me just let that be one of let that be one of the subsidiary things I'll add up to next class. Yes, up to next class. And I hope you know you can run Python in your Excel too. Python can be run in Excel. Yes, I remember when I was learning Excel back then. I was more interested in Python. So when I heard that you can use Python in Excel, I started looking for videos on how to do it. I've not used it in a long time, maybe in 3 years now, but it is possible. In fact, I think now
So
it's even more.
will it be as effective as this? Will it be as effective as this?
Very, very effective. Very effective.
Ah.
The idea is this. Rather than having to leave Microsoft Excel and start going to Google and be using Google Colab, this thing is business competition. They look for a way. They know that Python is a programming language that everybody now wants to use. So let's look for a way to also integrate it into our own workflow. So they brought it into Excel. You get, even now in your Power BI, you can use AI in your Power BI. You get, there are AI tools even in Excel. It's just a strategy to just make sure that customers are not leaving and looking for other alternatives. You get, to suit their needs. That's just it. Okay, so that being said, if someone wants to ask or say something, there's a whole lot to do. There's a whole lot. If someone wants to ask or say something, but I should maybe regarding the first class and all of those things, any stuff you need us to address. Unfortunately, I couldn't do anything with the categorical columns. Forgive me. Thank God we've introduced this thing. So, in fact, that will be your assignment against the next class. Deal with this data set, the housing, leave sales data. Just deal with this data set. Like, just do anything. Be skillful with it. You get, watch some of the videos we've sent. In fact, I think I'm going to send another link to a Python data frame that you're going to pandas pandas. You just see some things that were done in the video and try to see how you can apply that in this one too. You get, so, but go through what you have done today, just and the last class, and see what you can do with it. You get, do it in a fresh notebook. A fresh notebook. So, is there anything that anyone has to say?
So, excuse me, Mr. Chukuma. So,
Yeah, it's fine.
this is looking like some things that we do on SQL. See, a bit different.
You. Thank you very much. Thank you. In fact, almost all the things you do on SQL, you do them with Python too. In fact, another truth is that you can run your SQL queries in Jupyter Notebook. There are Python, like there are Python libraries. There's something called is it SQL Alchemy? There are Python libraries that will give you the leverage of running all your SQL, those your select stuff from tables, so and so. It's been a long time I used it, but all those things exactly the same way they are. You run everything here without having to open what's the name, PD admin, those MySQL, PostgreSQL, and all of those stuff. You can do everything here. Like you can run it in your Jupyter Notebook in Colab, both in Colab and even in the one installed in your local PC. And even apart from doing that, you can use Pandas. Like you said, you can use Pandas to do all those things you do there. You can concatenate tables, you can merge them, you can almost everything. It's just that the standard tool for interacting with relational database is SQL. You should learn that actually. When you want to interact with relational database, SQL is standard. So yes, but you can do all those things you are doing there. You will do them perfectly with Python, with Pandas. Yes.
Okay, that means we still have so many things to learn with Pandas.
Oh, Pandas is a school on its own, but you may not need to learn. It is as once you think of the problem that you want to solve, that's when you think of how you can solve it with Pandas. You don't need to sit down and start doing all of those things. Think of the problem you get. In fact, there are other things that may come to mind. You start seeing me write some codes in Pandas that you have not seen me write before. So you understand? So you don't necessarily, you just need to understand the workflow. That's why lay more emphasis on understanding Python. When you understand Python and understand how to apply the methods, understand what arguments are, parameters are, methods and attributes, how you input them, learning all of these frameworks. These frameworks are very easy to learn once you understand the basics of Python. And I'm being honest with you. Understand the basics of Python. Learning frameworks like Pandas, NumPy, scikit-learn, Keras, TensorFlow, PyTorch that you use here, even Hugging Faces model, transformers, and the rest of them as you advance, they will not be really hard. Once you understand Python, you just understand the theoretical concept of how to use them and apply them. It's not hard. Not hard. But just make sure that you're grounded well in Python. Watch videos, and apart from watching videos, practice these things. Make the errors and see how to debug those errors. At times it will be very frustrating, but just find a way to keep yourself up. If there are friends around that you use to support yourself, or you have systems whereby you will study it together, just do things. You will learn it. It's beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Yeah.
Then another thing I'm thinking of is if you are not specifically told to use Panda or use anything, you can just make use of the one you are comfortable with, maybe SQL or something.
Yes, you can. But for the sake of undergoing the pure data science workflow, most times you want to see all your steps. You get, and because of that, if you are doing that, if it's a data science project, most times to be specified that you use Python. But in a situation whereby there's no specification, but you want to achieve something, use any tool that's best solves the most important thing is to solve the problem. Once they did not tell you using this and this, and another thing is you understand people you are interacting with. If you are interacting with clients that are not so technically inclined, that may not understand some of the things you are doing, the tool that helps you to effectively communicate with them is what you should use. Do you understand?
All right. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. So that will be all for today's session. By our next class on Monday, we'll start data science properly, like properly. We'll work on a project and talk about the stages of the data science pipeline, and then data science workflow, and then we'll do well to tackle problems. Yeah, the 3 hours will be enough to.
So I want to ask.
No, it's fine.
Excuse me, Mr. Thomas.
I'm with you.
So by the end of next week, we can confidently call ourselves a data scientist.
You are a baby. You are just crawling.
We'll have learned machine learning and artificial intelligence.
Don't worry. When you see Mr. Abayomi, you ask him that. That was that question for you. But one thing I will tell you, let me stop sharing my screen and they won't stop the recording too. Excuse me. Very important though. Okay. Three weeks. I cannot